The way this works is basically, it's not live. I'm just going to give this video over to L5 Archives and I do what they want with it. So, thank you for allowing me to answer a couple of questions. First, let's start with your name and your clan and how you got here.
Tom Kirkestner. I'm playing Unicorn, and I qualified at Gen Con Indy.
Oh, that's nice. Where are you from?
Springfield, Illinois.
That's cool. So I heard that Unicorn was one of the more popular clans here at the finale.
Should be, I think, 9, give or take.
Are they all playing a similar deck?
No, there's actually a lot of differences. There's 2 different strongholds that are pretty widely represented, and obviously because of different strongholds, there's some different approaches to it.
Which one are you playing?
I am playing Temple of Death. The other one's Western Steppes.
Okay, can you tell me a little about how Temple of Life works?
The Temple of Death is the bow as a battle action or as an open action. It can straighten the personality. And it just gives you a lot of versatility as far as you have the battle action to get rid of one of their guys, and you have the open action to get one of your guys back up. And it gives you a little bit of meta to deal with discard piles.
I'm sorry, I just forgot what I was going to ask you. Oh, how have you done so far?
I am 2-1 so far. We're 3 rounds in. Actually, the game I lost was to another Temple of Death.
Oh, okay. What do you think about Race for the Throne? How it's been for these 2 years?
I want Scorpion to lose. Unfortunately, they're doing very well, and they've done a great job of organizing and getting their players to different places to get the extra points. I'm not their biggest fan, but they've done a really good job. Currently, Unicorn is suggesting Yamato Chen as Emperor, and I don't actually want to see that happen. So, pardon?
Why not?
I would rather the Emperor be someone a little more political savvy, whereas Moto Chin, as far as his basic storyline and stuff, has generally avoided all politics as far as my understanding, and his card is even immune to their actions, and it's just not something he has become involved with.
And what do you hope for the Celestial Edition storyline?
I want my 5 minutes of fame.
Okay.
5? Oh, come on, at least ask for 15.
Well, let me ask this question to both of you. What are you hoping for in the Celestial Edition storyline?
I want Phoenix to be more viable.
More
viable.
Let's look at the top 8 tomorrow and see if there's any Phoenix.
Okay, but that's because there's mostly Unicorn.
Which is the problem. The clans that are most numerous and doing really well, Scorpion does really well against Phoenix. Unicorn does really well against Phoenix. And it's just part of one of the problems is it's really hard to get that deck to contend when half the decks you're going to run up against, and the other one that's been so numerous over the months is Lion.
Yes.
And Phoenix against Hachigoro gets owned.
Yes.
And so that's the problem, is just half of the players they'll go up against through the Swiss rounds are decks that are just going to beat them. It's not that they can't win, it's just a really hard matchup. Well, starting on the down.
It's like kind of like a rock, paper, scissors. It's like
exactly. And they're unfortunately the scissors to the most popular clans.
Yes, I agree. But for Celestial, going back to the original question, I'm hoping to be more or less the same as Samurai, because I really do enjoy Samurai.
I like to see the gold screw go.
Just without Cons Defiance, anything that was pre-Samurai edition. Those cards were.
Cons Defiance has some pretty screwy stuff.
Yes.
Like Chogful.
Yes. Also
Chen is
really powerful.
Chog 4, though, unfortunately, if the other people don't have the right cards, he decides the game.
Yes.
And that is one of the things I really liked about Samurai, is other than a few select cards, there aren't cards that decide a game. It's still much more interactive and playable.
And no assigning the blames. Yes.
I like assigning the blame as a card, though. But
it's stupid how
if they restricted it.
I kill you in battle and I lose because I'm at -17 and you play assigning blame.
I would actually really rather see a lot of the Scorpion Dishonor options be required to only be used in battle.
Yes.
Like, if I could only assign him blame when my guy dies during a battle. Kind of like the opposite of Crane's Noriko.
Yes.
That, I think, would totally balance out assigning blame. And I think it'd encourage even more interaction. As opposed to the bomb deck who just says their own guy, seppukus, and all that.
I agree.
And what are you hoping for in the terms of storyline?
In the current story, or this storyline, or
Well, okay, this storyline is we lead up to Celestial Edition storyline. There are rumors that the Yoda Tire Plane...
I want to see more about Akasha. I like Akasha.
I do. Yes, I agree. I have to agree.
If I could pick her, I'd actually just make her Emperor, screw all the regular samurai.
Or Chen.
I'd like to see Moto-chan and Akasha's daughter get a card.
Wasn't the daughter supposed to be Shinjo incarnate?
The reincarnation of...
And I had heard that too. So it'd be, if that eventually becomes a character and
was it
Puckett's
Shono's
storyline.
Wait,
I thought it was Shono's. Wasn't it Shono's?
I think it was Akasha and Chen.
Yes,
It may have been
Shono's daughter.
Shono's.
Yes.
Which is another person who would be a great to see.
Is that pairings or standings? Sweet.
all right.